Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Super Dave back at it again with the PA Political Revolution podcast. And today I'm going to go ahead and try to jump on into this one real quick, because, it's kind of getting late for me. And I'm trying to run through this podcast. This podcast is going to be a little bit about me kind of getting into it with the council and whatnot. And this is with some we're going to have some public citizens speaking on the issue, right? Yes, I'll go ahead and try to kind of start this off, so I don't want to have it to be, too long. So, here we go. Basically, it is you have a speaker coming up in here talking about the O.W. Collins, right? Have a speaker talking about all of the issues at O.W. Collins, the inaction, the living conditions is deplorable. And you have and I'm really trying to speak on the item over here, but, they don't want me to speak. They're actually, violating my open meetings. The right for me to speak at the council meeting on the item, which is protected by the Open Meeting Act, right? And there also is a gentleman after this young lady speaking about the O.W. Collins about the racial profile of the police, and he gets straight disrespected. So let me go ahead and start it. I'll be doing like I usually giving commentary doing the thing.
And the communications. We have first speakers. The first speaker is Ms. Bonita Green regarding O.W. Collins' apartment. Would you approach, please? State your name and address. You have 5 minutes to do your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bonita Green. I'm sorry, my name and my what?
And your address.
Address.
Yes,
4440 Cuffway Drive, apartment 224, O.W. Collins, Port Arthur, Texas.
Okay.
I'm a former resident of O.W. Collins apartment and have been for years now, and I'm standing before you as a voice for the residents of this community and apartment complex. O.W. Collins has endured many issues and still have endured many issues for quite some time now with no resolutions or concern for the area of the city of Port Arthur. There are electrical problems. Each time there's a hard rain, windstorm, or even a beautiful day, the lights will go out. Not only just for hours, but sometimes even for days. And this leaves the residents in the complex without complete power in their units. It has been said to many attendants that it's a wiring problem that has been given a quick fix and not repaired properly. There's hot water that's very rare. The elevators, the front and the back elevators, they break down at least once or twice a week, and the repair can take up to weeks before they become operational again. There are elderly and disabled residents throughout this 5-story building that are unable to take the stairs when this occurs. There's a great bug infection of roaches, worms, and spiders inside of the apartments as well as throughout the.
Now, wow, just kind of understand that roaches, worms, and spiders. Roaches, worms, and spiders.
Entire building. During these summer hot months, there are many residents who are without workable ACs. They're being replaced with window units that only cools one room at a time, and these units are not in large quantities. So there are many who experience heat until repairs can be done, which can take 2 to 3 months. The exterior and interior of the building is in a horrible condition. The filth and the mold reigns throughout the entire building. The stairwells are unsafe to travel due to outside people sleeping underneath them, urinating in them, and having drug deals taking place. The gazebo areas in the front of the complex and the back are unsafe due to gates being very accessible to anyone to enter or leave. The apartments are filled with dust due to poor ventilation. There are numerous drug deals and crime at a very all-time high that takes place on a daily basis in this apartment complex. There is no security for the building or for the tenants. There are property managers that don't last 6 months, and if so, there are no help to the residents or the attendants of this building. Maintenance requests take up to 3 to 4 weeks for apartment repairs, and tenants here are afraid, they're tired, and they're depressed. This apartment complex cries and has been ignored, and many feel it does not do any good to speak out. Some are in fear of losing their apartments if they do so. Some feel no one cares because it's a low-income facility. So tenants, while others are living comfortably in their homes, you have the community in great need. Citizens who have voted you into office, who hold jobs, and play a major role in our community. I also have presented here with me Pastor Henry Coe, who is a part of the Ministers' Conference in this city, along with other tenants of the O.W. Collins apartment. And we're standing here because we want to be heard. Not only heard, we want the conditions to change. Not only change, we want something done. I have a petition here from over 100 residents of O.W. Collins with their signatures that is agreeable with this statement that I'd like to present to you all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So this presentation, by this young lady right here, it's kind of it tugged at my heart, right? I start getting really mad with the council, right? Because I know how they play games with these developers like iTex, Icon. That's mainly who the ones that's either owns this property and or managing it, right? And so since they're in the pockets of these council members, right, they don't really give a damn about them. They're in the pockets of these House Authority board members, right? They don't give a damn about them. They don't give a damn about the citizens. So it just pissed me off to see countless citizens get neglected in their homes, and it's normally low to income, moderate people, right? Black folks, some Hispanics, but it's a lot of black folks that's being affected by this, and these sellout ass politicians, they letting them do it, right? It's the same issue as with those apartments, what they call it, the Bronx. There's over there by that old Ramada Inn on 73. I think they changed the name to the Ambrose after the school board member for whatever reason, right? But if you remember, they got over about $15 million, I think, something like that. I can't remember, but a huge amount of money from the GLO, the Grant Land Office or whatever, to go ahead and fix the mold and stuff through their storm. But they took a long time to do it, right? And it was harassing citizens about it. So citizens over there had to live in those deplorable conditions. And I'm hearing the same thing, and you have not the same councilman, but different sellout ass council members just upholding to the same status quo that these citizens are living these goddamn deplorable conditions.
Thank you, Ms. Green. Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Green, I visited O.W. Collins probably 100 times or more. Are you aware of that?
I am.
Cal Jones?
Yes.
Okay, now you heard what he goddamn said. Cal Jones said he didn't goddamn visit the motherfucking pardon my African on this, right? Pardon my African on this. This son of a bitch and said he didn't goddamn visit O.W. Collins over 100 damn times, and the shit is still a goddamn fucking rat hole. It's still a slum. This is still a slumlord type of apartments, right? So what in the hell are you doing, Cal, going over here goddamn 100 times and the conditions is still like trash?
Yes. So we do care. And we had 3 guys.
Well, Cal, if you fucking cared, show them that you care by getting the shit taken care of. See, this is what I'm talking about. Useless ass fucking council members.
3 men is about to be put out. They're about to be put out of O.W. Collins. I saved 2 of them.
That don't have shit to do with she talking about. She talking about roaches, worms, and fucking spiders, Cal. But you talking about helping some motherfuckers stay in. You probably did them roaches. You probably should have let them get the hell out of that trash ass place.
along with Councilman Donald Frank with me last week, saved another guy. Were you aware of that?
I was
We
not.
saved 3 evictions.
Well, what the fuck they're aware for, Cal? They talking about the living conditions, not whether you can help somebody get evicted. This is the goddamn problem. You have these clown ass fucking council members don't have a clue what's going on. The lady just told you what's her fucking problem is. The goddamn roaches, worms, spiders, the ACs, the goddamn stairs, the crime, the fucking elevators. She done told you all of this shit, but you coming off the fucking cuff with some bullshit that don't even have nothing to do with the fuck is going on. These motherfuckers are straight crazy, man. I think all these son of a bitches is on dope.
Yes. This month, I talked to corporate about the problem we having over there. You know, didn't do no good. But I've been fighting with the cops for the last 6-7 years.
So you've been fighting for freaking O.W. Collins for 6 or 7 years and it's done you no fucking good. Why in the fuck is that, Cal?
Know what you're going through. I know the problem you're having. And I hope this council will come together, whatever we could do, you know, to make things better for you all. I'm at O.W. Collins at least once a week. You know, the name you sent, petition you.
Man, we don't give a fuck about goddamn you being over there now. See, this is the fucking thing. I know all of this is bullshit was coming out of their mouths, right? Because this punk ass fucking mayor, this mayor can do something about this shit, right? This drug induced fucking mayor, allegedly, right, can do something about it because he is the goddamn, he chooses the fucking board. This bastard picks the goddamn board members of the housing authority. So you have full control over them. See, they play, I'm going to go ahead and let this play first, then I'm going to come back with more.
You saying they all know me. I bought clothes there last week for the people, you know.
Well, bring them an AC. You brought them clothes, bring them a goddamn AC.
Myself and Miss Freeman gave away food.
Man, we don't give a damn about you and Miss Freeman either.
Giveaway. No. So we've been doing what we can, you know. So I understand what y'all going through.
Bring some goddamn demon insecticide. Bring that shit.
It's bad. You know, when the lights went out one night, I called the chief, the mayor. We was all out there, met out there on W. Collins. See about y'all getting their lights back on. We did it in 2 days. It was supposed to be a month. We got them on in 2 days. You aware of that?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So I'm trying. We trying. So bear with us. I know what you're going through, and can't condone it. Can't. You're right.
Well, if you've been fighting for 6 or 7 freaking years, Cal, how long do you want them to wait? How long do you want them to wait?
You're right. They're going through a lot out there at O.W. Collins. You're right. And I hope we find a way, this council, to do something. If we got management problems, we just address it.
You got the damn mayor. He picked
Whatever we can do
fucking
as the
board
council, we
members.
just address it. I'm sorry what y'all going through, but I won't give up trying to help you all. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Great. Councilman Frank?
Yes. Thank you for coming, Ms. Green. I would ask that that her statement be taken in as an official record and that copies be made and that it be given to Mr. Casada of the housing, as well as making a meeting, Mayor, because you make those appointments. And I would ask you to meet with Mr. Casada and perhaps with that housing authority to see what steps are going to be taken to alleviate and to help this situation as quickly as possible.
Okay. Councilwoman Moses?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Bonita. I've been and worked with Deborah Freeman and some of the people to come in and do some community service there, and we've seen some things there. But let me ask you, have you made a presentation to the Housing Authority, the same presentation you're making to us, to the Housing Authority? Have you met with that board and presented
I have not
this
met
to
with
them?
that board, but I've made several phone calls. I've been ignored. I've been promised return phone calls. I have not received any.
Because that they have jurisdiction over the property more so than the council members. So I would ask.
Now, well, goddamn Miss Moses is goddamn refusing to understand, right? and she could have said this. The mayor picks the board members, right? He has all the control. So if these punk son of a bitches, the mayor, would handle the fucking housing authority how they tried to handle the EDC, this shit would have been fixed. See, when it comes to citizens, they don't give a flip about you, especially about us, especially if we're low to moderate income, right? They don't give a damn about us. And that's why I hate these goddamn sellout ass Negroes here, because they hate black people. They hate us. You know what I'm saying? I know you think I'm bullshit, but keep on.
Again, and as we can go back, as the mayor can appoint, we can kind of make sure that you are heard, because they have a board, and that board has jurisdiction and a contract with a third party that manages the facility. And so that's where we need to start. And so if we could get you heard, and we can support as a council do.
Man, this goddamn lady been goddamn fighting for. She told you about a fuck up for goddamn forever.
A letter, something that we can do on our part, but as council members.
So I'm listening to this. My goddamn blood is boiling in the goddamn audience, right? My blood is goddamn. I'm pretty much on fire right now in the audience.
We don't have we can show up and help and do community service, but we have no jurisdiction.
Okay.
And so I have done, like I said, I've been there for community service. We've done we failed.
Okay, so she just pretty much said that they don't have jurisdiction. So Cal showing up over there is a complete fucking waste of time, and it's purely damn political.
Christmas, passed out bags, done a lot of things, but that doesn't help what you're dealing with.
Pass out some demon. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. You said it doesn't help what she's dealing with. Okay, so at least you understand that.
What's going to help what you're dealing with is meeting with the right board. And that's what we need to get you.
Well, if you would help me get there, I'll be there, because I'm not going to stop till some.
Well, she needs the help, and that's the cue for the mayor or the people to say, hell, Mayor, can you go ahead and give these people a call since you appoint the goddamn board? You are fucking over the board, Mayor, so she's right there where she needs to be. She's at the highest place where she's at. The mayor appoints the board, right? When you want to get it fixed, you go to the top. And the position of the mayor picks the board members. They don't have to have a reason, no reason. You can pick them, move them at any given time. So there's no reason to go to the board. You went past the board. You went to the damn council where the seat of the mayor has jurisdiction over the goddamn housing authority. He puts the board members on there. The board members that she's going to speak, Thurman puts them on there. So you talking to Thurman, that's all you need to goddamn do.
Improvements are done.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't
I'm
stop
not stopping.
either.
This is only beginning.
So I think with the mayor calling Mr. Casada and us kind of backdooring and calling the same way, putting that, but somebody has, there is a property management contract in place. And so something has to be done from that end. And so let's see how we can get that, make some action, get some action done. I just want you to know the proper channels.
Yes,
and
thank
I'm going to
you.
sit here and say that I'm going to help. I need to know what to be able to help with, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Kinlaw.
Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Green, thank you for your presentation. I think Councilman Moses is absolutely correct when the person that actually is responsible is part of the housing department. My question, Attorney, how much pressure can we put on them to adhere to some of those basic safety and health issues? I mean, can the city actually send inspectors? Can we actually enforce some of those policies of the living conditions that the residents are not actually getting at O.W. Collins?
Yes, if they're violating any type of city ordinance, it can be enforced through code enforcement, and the inspectors can go over there and write citations just as it would any property owner, because they're still held to the same standard as any other business or property owner would be to maintain safe and healthy living conditions.
Okay. So, well, Ms. Green, that's your answer. We've been notified today openly and publicly about some of those safety and health issues. If we can get with the city manager or the mayor and see if we can get some enforcement done over there to ensure that those things are getting done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Green, we want to thank you first for coming with a detailed report. As Councilwoman Moses asked, that was the first thing I was wondering. Had you?
So right now, I'm heated. I'm heated. I'm raising my hand. Nobody's acting like they see me. I'm heated. I'm hot as a firecracker because I'm tired of seeing these citizens getting treated bad by the public, and nobody's really goddamn saying anything about the mayor picks the board. But when you see when I go sit up there, then he's going to talk about how he picks the board.
Approached the board at the housing authority about it. Now the next thing would be is that where we are right now with that. I've had some meetings with Mr. Casada. Impending something, a report on that. Two of the items that you brought in your presentation, the discussion on the electricity or the lack thereof. There is a piece of electrical equipment that has been ordered, from my understanding, by Mr. Casada and his the housing department. The contractor has been unable to get it in a timely manner, and I think that's why you're having some of the, I guess we call almost rolling blackouts in that building, because
a rolling fucking blackout. A rolling fucking blackout. Are you serious, you clown ass mayor? The damn elevators do not work, and you call it a rolling fucking blackout.
But what the panel that's there can't really distribute, if you will, the amount of electricity that's needed to, I guess, totally electrify that building. That's something that's being worked on. Okay, also the security issue there, I was made aware of that. I was told by the property management company, I think it's iTech, is the, I don't know if I'm wrong for saying it, but
Yeah,
I'm just, since we just saying it about everybody, I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. I'm just, it's public record. I believe, and that company did tell me that they were going in the process. This was about 2 weeks ago to provide security for those same reasons that you expressed. Because I did ask Councilman Jones and Councilman Frank to go out to the property on a day that I could not go out there, and they did go whenever this electrical situation occurred there. What I want you to know is that, and you said this was the first time, and I can appreciate that. That means that you all are, maybe just not totally satisfied with what happens there. I want you to know, being the mayor, and according to my legal assistant, who is a part of the legal department here, and that's Mr. Joe Sanders, who is advising me on the
Now he just rambling.
proper procedures
there, he just rambling.
to take to eradicate some of the situations that we do have, and they must be done according to the laws in the state of Texas. Okay? So it's not anything that I can just get up tomorrow and say, we're going to just do away with all of this, because that would be illegal. And being the mayor, I can only appoint those who are on the board. However, what I found out, and lawyer, you just tell me if I'm wrong.
He can only appoint. He can only appoint those who are on the board. It don't make no fucking sense.
On that board, they are serving as long as Supreme Court justices in the United States of America. Okay.
What the fuck is you talking about, you clown ass mayor? Look, the mayor appoints. He can pick and remove the people that's on the board. See, This is why I have so much hatred for these bastards, right? When it comes to some money, when it comes to them allegedly trying to steal some money from the EDC, they go smooth the hell out. They'll go ramshack that son of a bitch. They'll tear that son of a bitch up. They'll get rid of the director. They'll get rid of the damn deputy director. They'll get rid of goddamn every motherfucking body out that shit, right? For them to try to get some money. But when it's time to do something for citizens, right? Low to moderate income black citizens that look just like them. They black just like them, look just like them. They don't want to do a goddamn thing for you. They playing stupid. Well, these people own hair as long as the Supreme Court. Some dumbass bullshit he lying, right? People already been saying that he owned that damn narcotics. Now, some people say here he think he can control the narcotics, but the narcotics is controlling him if he's on it.
The persons who are the mayors who appointed them have
What?
discontinued their tenure and the mayoral capacity in Port Arthur. Yet,
What the fuck is you talking about? Hold on, the mayor you appoint. See, all this clown ass shit doesn't make any sense. Now he's trying to give you excuse as to why he can't do anything, right? See, they know when me coming up there, that's what I'm going to pretty much say. That motherfucker can goddamn appoint the goddamn boss. If he can appoint the people on there, he can put some goddamn pressure. Just how they goddamn played hot potato with these damn board members. Just how goddamn Marks got rid of Rashard Harris. Mayor Bartie can go get rid of all the motherfuckers on the housing authority.
individuals continue to serve. We're checking on the legality of that. And for sure, they're properly handling the job or the assignments of board members.
He can't even lie right? Now he wants to chuck through some kind of legal issue when you ran smack through the EEC, trying to change it from a type A to a type B. You ain't give a damn about that. You and Frank jumped on that. As soon as Frank got in the doggone council, that was one of his first goddamn things to go ahead and try to do. But over here as a mayor, now you cannot make, now you appoint the goddamn board. So you telling us you can't make the board put some pressure on the goddamn ITEX, one of these slumlord ass goddamn property owners, right? To go ahead and fix some shit that could probably be fixed in 2 weeks over there at these goddamn apartments. Y'all some goddamn useless ass fucking clowns.
You did say that you had called and you've never gotten an answer. Did you say?
I did.
Now, whom did you call?
I called Mr. Conchati himself.
Okay, so you called the executive director and you got no response.
No response.
No from his
That's why I'm
assistant
here.
or no one there. Okay.
None.
Do you have that documented, the dates and times that you have called?
Yes, my cell phone has, yes.
Okay. No, I'm just asking because you may need to share that with the attorney here.
Okay.
Things like that, information like that, will help us moving forward to eradicate what appears to be
Man, you
and
don't
have been an ongoing.
you don't need no goddamn call log to goddamn do your fucking job, Mayor. See, this is the man. Look, this is a problem. They play stupid as hell when it's time to fix black folk problem, but this clown want to go goddamn jump all in Beto's fucking face, act like he's this big goddamn politician, but when he don't know what to do about people that he goddamn appoint, right? That his position can appoint and remove. Now he playing stupid. He don't know what the hell to do. But with the EDC, right, the Economic Development Division, he knows everything about that. He's all of a sudden a goddamn expert on economic development, which doesn't have any kind of training. Taking all kind of trips to go train when he doesn't deal with economic. But that's how they do when they want to goddamn take over a goddamn department's finances, allegedly, right? But when it comes to black citizens, right, black folk that look like him, that are in poor to moderate incomes, this dumb son of a bitch doesn't have any idea. he has to check legally now. But with the EDC, you didn't give a damn about the legality of it.
On problem there. But the only way that we can do it, we have to do it within the confines of the law.
Oh, you wasn't worried about
And we have to have the proper documentation because we're dealing with federal funds. You know,
the proper documentation is not this latest phone record, fool.
This is the HUD project. This is HUD funds. It's a federal funds. Okay? But by that same token, I want you and all of the residents to know that I've been made aware of it, and I've been working on it for the past month. It's just that I have not been able to come with any resolve in it because
you're useless.
I really want to be sure that you have all of the electrical situations put in place and some other things put in place before.
What is it, Mayor, that you can get iText to call some goddamn termites, Mayor? What is it? Pest control, Mayor. How long does that gotta goddamn take? You have to wait for the electricity to get rid of the damn fucking roaches, worms, and spiders, Mayor?
We would decide to go and delve any further in anything that deals with the Port Arthur Housing Authority. We appreciate what you're doing. You said that you plan to go to the board.
Yes.
Please make that call and present what you presented to us tonight.
Okay.
I think the city secretary did receive what you had. Councilman Frank asked that it would be put in the public record. Those are the things that we're going to deal with, and we'll move forward. We want you to know it, and all the residents whom you represent. Okay?
Thank you.
So we thank you so kindly.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Hold on, Mayor.
We're going to move to the next item now.
Mayor.
Right now,
Okay, just a minute. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, one more thing. Ms. Green?
Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to speak on the issue.
No, sir. Don't do that, please, sir. Don't do that. Don't do that. Would you return to your seat if you don't mind?
Now this fucking drug addict think he a goddamn judge.
Return to your seat, your original seat. Thank you, sir. Go right in. No, your original seat. Call the...
Now this drug-infested bitch, right? He thinks that because I didn't go sit in my original goddamn seat that I was in, that he can call the goddamn chief of police to come remove me or do me something because I'm not sitting in the original goddamn seat.
Chief, please.
How can you tell me what seat
You can sit in. Okay, but you can't get up and speak, sir. Come right on, ma'am. Come right on, ma'am. Come right on. Okay, come right on. Ma'am, would you get the chief, please, sir? For what you're doing right there, sir. No, sir. Please, sir, don't do that. Don't do that, sir, please. I'm asking you, sir, not to do that.
Mayor.
Go ahead, Council.
Yeah. Let's let him take a seat, man. He good. He all right. Ms. Green, we're aware of your problems. The mayor and I discussed O.W. Collins for a while now, okay?
Yes.
And I see the light at the end of the tunnel, trust me. And I want the council to know, Mayor. I go up there and last time I went there, the office manager was talking to these people like they was kids.
Yes.
You aware of that?
And that's what I told Bartie. I told Bartie, how you gonna tell me the where to sit? I'm not your child. What I should have told this motherfucking drug addict, hey, I ain't them children that your punk ass abused when you was a fucking JP. I punch back, bitch. That's what I should have told you.
They called Councilman Jones when I went up there and I had a talk with her in front of the people. I said, ma'am, these are residents of this O.W. College. They're not your kids. You're not their mother, you know. You're the office manager. And about 15, 20 people standing there. So the maintenance worker, some little lady who do the maintenance, she tried to chime in, you know, that the office manager was right. And don't take my word. Ask the people out there. Say, hey, ma'am, you only a cleanup woman. You go back, clean this halls in the bathroom. Let me talk to this manager. Yeah, don't interrupt me. And she took on off, you know. But last time I was out there, they had a little fire out there, and the hall was all smoky. And people sleeping inside under the stairs because they couldn't go upstairs to the second floor. They scared to, you know. fire started again, or the smoke was getting to him. So
I'm sorry not to interrupt you, but was that the other day?
yes,
That was my apartment that was on fire.
well, I was out there, and people sleeping on the hallway, scared to go upstairs, sleeping on the floor, on the concrete. I witnessed this till 2 o'clock in the morning. I was there. 2 o'clock in the morning, I was there. Okay.
But this is the thing, that's fine if you was there, Cal, but these people need a resolution. They don't need to look at you and you can't do nothing. That's going to piss them off. You're supposed to be a council member and you can't help anybody. Hell, shit, that'll piss me off, shit.
And said before, I'm tired and sick and tired. We're discussing this kind of things. When I leave here, I'm going to my house. Nice big cozy house, my recliner eat. People at W College still have problems. I'm comfortable. But the problem still exists out there.
That's right.
And the council should be able to do something, some kind of way to put pressure on somebody, give y'all some relief.
That's right.
Enough is enough.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Green. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move to the next item. The next item is Mr. Ronald Lyons regarding racial profiling.
Now, I'm trying to speak to an issue, right? Which I should be able to speak to as an open meeting act. Any issue on the goddamn agenda.
And destruction of property. Would you approach, please, Mr. Lyons?
Now I'm hitting up the city attorney. Hey, city attorney, can I go ahead and speak due to the Open Meetings Act,
Okay, would you approach, please, Mr. Lyons, and begin,
her
and you're just going to have to talk over him. The chief is not going to remove him.
Who said that? You heard right here. He said, go ahead and speak over him. The chief is not going to go ahead and remove him. And so he kind of mad the chief didn't come in over there during that time. Hell, I'm sitting down. So he mad the chief didn't come in when he wanted him to.
Let him do it. You speak, sir. You speak, sir. You speak. Chief, can you get some order in my meeting, please? Can you get some order in my meeting? Establish some order for me, please, Chief. Chief, establish order for me, please.
Mayor, can I say something? Okay, got it.
No. Okay, go ahead, sir.
How you doing? My name is Ronald Lyons.
So the city attorney's asked the mayor to do something. See, this city attorney playing stupid, right? All this city attorney had to do was call a point of order. Mayor, let me go ahead and answer Mr. Jones's question so we won't violate the Texas Open Meetings Act. That's all she had to do. It's called a point of order. That's it. Point of order. Then hell, the mayor would have act stupid on the goddamn point. You had the council to vote on the point, right? See, this dumbass drug infested mayor, right, thinks that he's a judge still. He thinks that he's back in the fucking 80s, 90s, wherever in the hell he was a judge. He think he's back then, right?
I live at 4440 Gulfway Drive, apartment 5.
Now, for the time of this, I'm going to go ahead and expedite this gentleman's thing. He's pretty much talking about some issues that he had with the police, and I think he also lives in O.W. Collins. So he's talking about some of his issues out there.
Finally called me back, and I...
Okay. Is that all?
And if I could go on to, since this was about racial profiling. Pardon me?
Got about a minute according to my little clock here.
Okay. I'm also a resident, and my pastor tried to get Cal Jones to go and talk to the management at O.W. Collins, they have me labeled as a monster. He probably think that I'm Godzilla or King Kong. I am an inspirational speaker for my church. I go out and do the food distribution and everything. And front page of entertainment, page 3 and 4, as well as being on the news doing one of my poems. I'm a writer. And their books are not in order, which now that I see that I come with a council meeting, so they're trying to charge me something that's not real, and they cannot explain the reason that the number got that high. My apartment has been full of mold. She sent a maintenance man in there when my refrigerator went out when we had the power outage.
Now the man already said something about his rent they couldn't explain to it how it got so high, the price spike.
And after 11 days, he finally come in, no thermometer, no nothing. He want to stick his hands coming in from outside in my refrigerator, touching my food, checking the temperature. And when I asked him where was his gloves, he was like, nah, you're not finna put your hands on my food that I have to consume. Just come from outside. I don't know whether you changed the toilet, unstopped the sink, or whatever. You're going to need some gloves to touch my food. So he left. Next thing I get infraction for cussing out maintenance. I don't use profanity. I'm a writer. I can kill a person with intelligence, not ignorance.
Okay. Any comments from council for Mr. Lyons? Councilman Jones?
Yes. Mr. Lyons, I did go to O.W. Collins. Were you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
I went there and I did all I could to try to, get you getting evicted. We even called ITEX. We called a corporate office while I was there. And it said, you was kind of behind on your rent. You aware of that? That's just it. It said, and even you did catch up, if you called up, they told me that they would rather you leave. If Pastor told you that, I told him that.
Now, see, this is the dumb shit right here. This is the worst fucking council in history, according to my opinion, right? This right here is the lowest goddamn part of council. Cal Jones didn't talk about any of this man's previous issues with the goddamn the police, the doggone the maintenance touching his goddamn food. But he had to talk about his goddamn eviction. He had to put this man's business out there. This man wasn't talking about that, his actual specific eviction, but leave it to these dumbass council members, right? They don't give a damn about black folks. See, they treat black folk like shit. I guarantee you Cal Jones would not have done this if this is a white person. He would not have done this. He would not have tried to embarrass that white person like he did this black man right here. That's what I say. These are cancers to black society, man. We have to get rid of these goddamn bastards too. And also, right, since I got it on my mind, right, also with a help, if you as a citizen having problems just like this or something similar, you have to understand how this game is played, right? When you have issues with them, a lot of these cases goes over to the justice of the peace, right? So you have to understand that these goddamn that these slumlord property managers, right? They have their hands in the council. They have their hands in these elected positions, like the justice of the peace, which was recently, Mark DeRuin. So they have a network, right? So when Mark DeRuin got beat by Joe Guillory, they want to usher in this Baker lady, and you have Bartie's son. So understand, if you elect this Baker or fucking Brandon Bartie, you are just electing the same system that's oppressing you right now. All of these foods is like, with my opinion, like a criminal network, right? All of these cats should be getting hit with RICO because it's an oppressive system that just attacks the poor. It attacks the poor black citizen in Port Arthur. And that's their whole thing with it, to keep their foot on your neck through economics and politics.
Okay, yes, I actually had paperwork as to where the amount of my rent. None of the paperwork that they had been giving me, like when my car got broken into.
Okay, hold up, Councilman. That's kind of off topic of what he wants to discuss.
But we tried to help you, and
see that's even the dumbass mayor, or somebody probably told him. Even this clown mayor understood that was kind of off topic, and that was wrong for Cal to goddamn talk about this man being fucking evicted. Man, these goddamn clowns are trash.
Pastor called me again, and we couldn't do what we want to do, but we wish you good luck in the future.
Yeah,
And,
none of
He didn't answer none of this shit that he was talking about.
their paperwork is in order.
yeah, I can't get to the paperwork. That's kind of that person. So matter of fact,
So I'm goddamn heated. I'm heated because this goddamn clown and disrespected this damn man.
I'll call your pastor back again, and we'll, if we have to, make another run at it, see what we can do. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Okay. Any other comments from council? Okay. Any other comments from council? That would not be in. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lyons, for your indulgence in your presentation to us today. Okay.
Matter of fact, have him
Thank you,
call
sir.
me. Have your pastor
Yes, sir.
call me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Next, we have Miss. I think it's Jace
City
Garrett
Attorney,
regarding.
can I please speak to an
excuse me.
issue of the council,
Excuse
City
me,
Attorney? Give me a
council,
yes or no, City Attorney. If you
Big
tell
D.
me a no, City Attorney, I
Chief,
sit down.
Chief, would you approach, please, Chief?
Big D.
City
Pardon.
Attorney, due to the Open Meetings
Big-
Act,
big-
I want to
big-
speak to
Mayor,
an item.
can I say something?
City
Yes,
Attorney.
please.
Okay, the mayor chairs the meeting, so I have to have permission to speak.
Okay, I haven't given her permission to speak, sir.
All the goddamn crazy ass fucking city attorney had to do is say point of order. That's all she had to say. Point of order, Mayor. Let me go ahead and speak to him so he won't violate the Texas Open Meetings Act.
And Mr. Jones,
I'm
you
talking
get
about
on
legalities. I'm talking about
you
the
get
Open
on there.
Meetings. See, he talking about some goddamn permission. I'm talking about the Open Meetings Act, something that's state law.
Agenda, you
I'm
know
not
the
talking about
procedures.
permissions.
Chief, would you remove him, please? Okay,
But
I want to move
this
to the
the
next
thing, the
order of
problem
business
with you all over
from
Mayor-
Jace Garrett regarding disinfecting, sanitizing, deodorizing trash bins in the city of Port Arthur. Come right on, sir. Thank you.
So so I go out to the little outside the chamber halls, right? So I'm talking to the lady that was just speaking. I think her name was Miss Green, the first speaker. So I'm telling her that, hey, look, the mayor can do something. That's bullcrap because he appoints the goddamn board. So, he can apply pressure on him. You ain't have to go nowhere. And also tell her another item that can be used is a what you call that? A nuisance ordinance. A nuisance ordinance kind of like you can use that to kind of like do anything you want to, basically, to a piece of property that somebody owns, especially I-Tex. You can hit them with some nuisance ordinance, put pressure on the hair. You can even take over the goddamn property or whatnot if it belongs to them. So there's a lot of things that you can do with a nuisance order. You can pretty much control a person's property with that. They're doing some things out there that's questionable in California with a nuisance ordinance. So, nuisance ordinance is a tool. You can abuse it, but you can use that for some good things out here. And then this is one of the situations where they can do it. See, when it's for the justification of black folk, right? We act all stupid on what things we can do, but whenever we trying to work for other white folk or try to steal some money for somebody else, and we have these other attorneys that's backing us, we act like we can go tear down the whole EDC. We act like we can take on the world with this. We not scared to go through, shake over the EDC, right? We not scared to do that. But when it comes to some goddamn apartments, it's by HUD that you have a goddamn contract over, everybody playing stupid. Let me see what's up after this. Oh, no, okay. So, basically, I should have been able to speak on that, right? They stopped me from doing that. So, let me, my bad, I'm kind of jumping all over. Let me go back to when I'm outside of the council chambers, right? So, the dude that just spoke, he ended up coming out there, and I told him, man, that's bullshit. Why that bastard on the council, goddamn, put your business out there. That crap wasn't right. You know what I mean? So the chief, he kind of telling everybody, hey, come talk to his officer, whatnot. See, they kind of talk crazy to you, and the chief, he kind of tries to, make it better. I come and talk to him. They can kind of talk more, in private about it. And they have pretty much a meeting. So what should have happened was I should have been able to speak due to the Open Meetings Act, right? But what I've heard some people try to say that I couldn't speak. Well, I should have been able to speak to on any item on this agenda, right? This whole agenda, I should be able to speak on any goddamn item. But what I'm hearing, what the city attorney was going to tell me, or was trying to tell me, or thought about telling me, that I couldn't speak on any speakers, that I had to sign up to be a speaker, right? But I wasn't signed up to be a speaker. I just wanted to speak on on one of these items that's on the agenda, and this happened to be petitions and communications, right? So I wanted to speak on one of these items. So if they was what from what I was hearing, that's what the city attorney was trying to tell me, right? But let's go ahead and see what the Open Meetings Act say about that. Open Meeting Handbook says right here in 8 open meetings. Boom. We go down here to the rights of the public. A meeting that is open to the public under the Act is one of the public that is permitted to attend. May governmental bodies conduct public comment, public forum, or open mic sections at which members of the public may address comments to any subjects to the governmental body. A public comment section is a meeting as defined. Okay, they said they pretty much define what a meeting is. Excuse me, government code, because a member of the governmental body receive information from, Now, right here, okay. Section 551.007 entitles the public to speak about items on the agenda at meetings of certain governmental bodies, right? Pretty much cities. You can speak on it of cities. So let's go ahead and jump to this one. Bam, we go ahead and jump to right Texas 551.007, public testimony. This section applies only to government body described. Okay, pretty much saying that you can give a public testimony to a governmental body, which is a city. That's a governmental body. Governmental body shall allow each member of the public who decides to address the body regarding an item of an agenda for an open meeting of the body to address the body regarding the item at the meeting before or during the body's consideration of an item. Pretty much mean, hey, you can speak on regarding an item. Pretty much any an item on the agenda for an open meeting. A governmental body may adopt reasonable rules regarding the public rights to address the body under this section, including rules that limit the amount of time that a member may publicly address the body on a given item. Pretty much adopting reasonable rules. That's not saying chopping up what you can speak on and what you can't speak on, right? So, the only thing I can see here is like the time. So, what I'm looking at is right here. The one good thing is the time. So they do kind of trying to give you a certain time, but you shouldn't be permitted to speak on something. I mean, it's in the agenda. From what I don't see, I don't think it says that you can't speak on here. And this subsection applies only if a governmental body does not use simultaneous translation equipment in a manner that allows the body to hear the translated public testimony simultaneously. A rule adopted, blah, blah, limits the amount of time. Remember, blah, blah, blah. Public address through translation. Not even regarding what I'm talking about. A governmental body may not prohibit public criticism of the governmental body, including criticism of any act, omission, policy, procedure, program, or service. This subject does not apply to public criticism that is otherwise prohibited by law. So, I can criticize anything about them as long as I don't go curse somebody or do any type of crazy profanity, right? Anything that's illegal. So, under 551.007, it looks like from what I'm looking at, I should be able to talk about anything. It doesn't give me any kind of restrictions on what I need to talk about. Let me just read this one more time. A governmental body shall allow each member of the public who desires to address the body regarding an item on an agenda for an open meeting of the body to address the body regarding the item at the meeting before or during the body's consideration of the item. Consideration doesn't mean vote. Consideration means, let me see, careful thought. So it's pretty much any item, even presentations, petitions, any item. That's whatever you have careful thought. It's pretty much anything. Anything you consider. You considering somebody's presentation. You considering a budget item. From what I'm seeing right here, that doesn't say I can't talk about another person's public comment. And I'm pretty sure they would have kind of had that in there, if that was the issue. So I can speak on any item on the agenda and everything on here from the agenda for what I can speak. So, people, this is kind of this crazy stuff that we have to goddamn deal with. Be living in the city of Port Arthur, and I just wanted to kind of do this right quick, wrap it up, but I still kind of been around the same time. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here. Everybody, take it easy. Peace.